Let's talk about upsert statement. What do we have to do? Update the name of existing products and insert some new ones. How I'm going to do that? So what I need to do is I need to get all of the products from the database, and I need to write down the I need to append it with current year, like 19, right? 2019 it is. So I want to append it with current year. Whatever the name of the product is, I want to append it with current year. Let's go and see the products first. Where are the products? So these are the products in which I've got 18 written already, right? So these like products will be updated with 19 now, because if you want to store the information, like we used to sell this product in 18, in 19 as well, in 20 as well, whatever we want to do. But the main thing is we want to update all the records which are there in product object, and we want to add some new records as well inside it. So how I'm going to do that? I'm going to write down like an SQL query to get the records out from the database and see what I've written over here. Why? The API name of product object is product 2, right? That you have to remember. And inside this production list or inside this prod list, I'll get all the records, and I'll update the name by adding 19 into it. And then there are two more products that I'm creating. Tenda Wi-Fi dongle 19, Tenda wireless switch 19. And I'm gonna add both of them inside this product list, and then I'm gonna upsert this product list. So two records should be inserted, and the rest of the records should get updated, right? So let's have a look. Shall I execute this class? Yes or no? Let's have a look at these products. They're updated with 19, and there are two records that got created: Tenda Wi-Fi dongle 19 and Tenda wireless switch 19. Let's have a look at what's the created date for this. 17 June, 8:28 p.m. That's PDT, right? That's Pacific time. Is it clear? Everyone? Okay. Write down this program about upsert. So we have already understood the meaning or the use of DML, different DML statements. But now we are having a look at where and in how much complexity we have to use these DML statements, and how we have to actually use it when it comes to these complex programs. So this is not at all complex, by the way. When you go and do the development, you'll find out that it's the most easiest one. That it's the easiest one, but yeah, there are, like, you have to practice it enough in order to be good with this. This is a simple program that I've created to delete duplicate contacts. Let's have a look at it. So over here, I've got all the contacts, right, into this CList 5. And I've created a map which will include string and IDs, right? So let's have a look at it, what I've done in here. This is a map. Over here, I want to store the names of the contacts, right? And over here, I want to store the IDs. So what I'm doing is, in this M map, I'm storing every contact's name with associated with its ID. I want to create the name as the key. So if the name is duplicate, then in that case, that record will not be created into this M map, right? If there are two contacts with same name, then in that case, the first one will get inserted into this M map, and the second one will not get inserted into the M map, because the key is unique inside a map, right? So yeah, that's what I'm doing in here. Then let's see what I'm doing with this unique list. I'm creating another map, which is unique list, and similar to this, I'm creating a del list as well that I'm going to create later on. Okay, have a look. Over here, I've got all the key sets, all the keys from mmap. So that means all the names which are there in this, I've get an S1 set, right? And then I've created a unique set. And inside this unique set, I want to insert the record IDs, right? I want to insert the record IDs of the unique records. So what I'm doing is over here with the help of this map, I was able to like identify which records are unique. And now whatever the IDs are stored in here, I wanted these IDs to be stored into a set, which is unique set, right? This will store ID of the unique records. Why? Like how? Let's have a look. Like this set of string, I'm iterating it, and I'm getting all the values with the help of mmap.getS. Like this returns the value right in the map, and it is getting added into unique set.add. With the help of unique set.add, it is getting added into this unique set, right? The IDs will get added into this unique set, and after it, what I'm doing is contact 5 CList 5. So there is CList 5. CList 5 is the main list that we have got, which contains all the records. I'm checking that whether the unique set contains that ID or not. If it contains that particular ID, then in that case, I add it into the unique list that I created earlier. This is a list, sorry. Okay, this is a list. This is a list. This is not a map. So the records which are there, or the records whose IDs are there in this set, will get added into unique list, and the IDs of which are not there will get added into del list. Like have a look at this program or this code. If unique set dot contains c dot id, then in that case add it into unique list, else add it into del list. So let's have a look at it once again. What I've done over here, I created a map, and inside that map I've added names associated with their IDs. So if I'm going to add two names, like let's say Avinash, I'm adding it 2 times, and there are 2 contacts named as Avinash. So Avinash, first one will get added, and the second one will not get added because Avinash name is not unique, right? But it's there in this C5 list. It's there in the C5 list, and it's there in the query, right? It's there in the result which we've got after the query in C list 5. Then I added all the records into this particular map. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating a set, and inside this set I want to add these IDs, right? All the IDs, and I've added all of these IDs inside it. And after adding all of these IDs inside it, I'm comparing in this loop that whether this set includes this c.id or not, and this c.id is going to come from C list 5. That's the main list, right? So if this ID, if this set contains that particular ID, the record will get added to the unique list. And if this set does not include that ID, this record will be added into del list. That's how it goes. Does that make sense? Everyone? Okay. So, and after that, I'm going to delete so whatever records I'm inserting in this are the duplicate records. Whatever records I'm inserting into this are the unique records. That's it. That's all what I'm doing. And for that, I've used the map and set. And let me tell you why I've created this set. Because we cannot use contains in map. Over here, we've used contains, right? to compare the ID. We cannot use contains in map. That's the reason I've got all of these IDs as separate set. Is it clear? Okay. In unique set, there are only IDs. Is it clear? Okay. In SOQL, we've got in SOQL select distinct. Select distinct. I've never explained select distinct to you. There's nothing like that. Is it clear? This one? Okay, so let me explain it to you once again. Just for the sake of explaining, because this might seem complex and I can see it in your face. There is a map that I created. First of all, let's say there is this database. From this database, I've got a list of contacts. And what I'm doing is I'm inserting it into a map where the key is an ID. And this is called as mmap. And then after this, what I'm doing is I'm creating a set in which I'm adding all the unique IDs, right? So all the IDs which are here will get added to this particular set. And once they'll be added into this particular set, what we can do is we can have different lists. We'll create two different lists. We'll create a unique list. And we'll create a del list. We're going to iterate over each of the records and we'll check that whether that ID is there in this unique set or not. If it is there, then we'll add that record into unique list. If it is not there, then we'll add that record into del list. And at the end of it, we'll delete the records which are there in del list. I hope you got it now. Clear? Okay. What if we had to create we had created unique list instead of unique set? Then you had to compare each of the value into that list, because in list, I mean, yeah, I mean list you'll have to compare it with each of the records. That will increase the complexity to O(n) square. You'll have to iterate through each of the elements, whereas in set we can just use contains method. Yes. It's not a keyword, it's a method. Or the answer? Okay. लिस्ट में कंटेन्स मेथड होता है यार, लिस्ट में कंटेन्स मेथड होता है, but it's but like you want to compare the unique values, right? So if you want to store unique values, create a set. Why you want to create a list? Order does not matter. So you can use list if you want to, but that, I mean, yeah, that's your choice. But I would always suggest to use set whenever you want to store unique values. Do we have to store unique names? No, I'm not saying that. I mean, unique names are we are already getting the unique names over here, right? In the map. I'm not storing unique names into the set. Yeah. So like, let's say, okay, let me give you an example with this. In this account, the name is Lakshay, and then over here it's Shrey, and then over here it's again Lakshay. So the first record of Lakshay will get added over here. Shrey's record will also get added over here, but Lakshya's third record will not get added over here. So if it will not get added over here, your record ID will not be here. And if your record ID will not be here, then in that case it will not be there in unique set. And if it will not be there in unique set, then when I'm going to compare each of the value, that whether this record ID is there in this set or not, it will not be there in the set, and we'll add it into the delete list. So the third record of Lakshay will get deleted. But you need the IDs, right? What like, tell me how we can do that. Huh. Yeah. Are you serious? No, no, no. Don't you think in that case all the triggers will be fired again? And you want to, so like if you want to delete all the records, you if you want to delete some records, you're gonna delete all the records from that object and then you're gonna reinsert all of them. Don't you think that's gonna be like a not so good move? I don't know use anything else, but if you want to delete five records, delete five records rather than deleting 500 records and then reinserting 495 again. That doesn't make sense to me. If you're like how to delete five records only, how to identify which one are the five duplicates and which one for that's what you're doing over here with these collections.